All right, guys, let's continue talking college football here on the show as we do every Thursday. We'll talk about some of my favorite college football player props for the upcoming week. And we will start with that Vanderbilt and Texas game. And as Cole mentioned, the way you attack this Texas defense is through the air. Their secondary is what's gettable. Their front seven is really strong. Their linebacker play, their defensive tackles, their DNs, really, really good. So even though Vandy's a team that wants to run the ball, and they especially want to run the ball with Pavia, it's going to be really difficult to do. I also think they'll be able to get some sacks on Diego as well. So this is dropped from 50.5 to 47.5 on the rushing yard prop. I would still take the under. I think Pavia, they have to look to throw the ball through the air. So I think under 47.5 rushing yards, Pavia, good bet in that game against Texas. Also like DJ Lagway, over 240.5 passing yards against Georgia. Again, we keep talking about it on this show. I like the over in that game at 50.5, but Georgia's defense is not what you think it is. If you've been watching college football this year, if you've been watching Georgia, I mean, you guys know how it is, right? They're one of the top programs in the country. Kirby Smart's built a monster there, and their defenses are always great. This year, though, it's not what we're normally accustomed to with Georgia, and their secondary has been okay so far this season. Tennessee lit them up pretty good. Ole Miss lit them up pretty good. Bama was able to move the ball against them as well. And a neutral site game, I think Florida's offense is going to be able to move the ball. I think Lagway is going to be able to make some plays through the air. So over 240.5 passing yards, I like for DJ Lagway against Georgia. Chris Brazzell, the second for Tennessee, the wide receiver. I'll take his over 65.5 receiving yards against Oklahoma. Joey Aguilar has maybe the best deep ball in college football. He can really throw it. And he's going to challenge those Oklahoma corners and that secondary because Oklahoma's defense is terrific. They have a great pass rush. They get after the quarterback. And I think they're going to leave their corners out on islands and one-on-one, and they're going to give Tennessee receivers an opportunity to catch 50-50 balls and make tough plays. And Braswell's the deep threat. He's the long shot guy. So it's 65.5. He had 138 receiving yards against Kentucky last week, caught a couple of deep ones. I think he can catch some deep ones against Oklahoma this week as well. So look Brazzell over 65.5. Jaden Mayava under 276.5 passing yards. You heard Cole say it. Number one passing offense in college football in USC against the number two passing defense in Nebraska. Here's the big difference. USC's offense, way better when it's at home in the Coliseum. Now, they have put up some big numbers this year on the road. They went to Champaign against Illinois. Mayava had a decent day. They were able to put up some points a little bit against Notre Dame on the road as well. But both of those defenses are kind of okay. Nebraska's got a really good defense, and they're at home, and it's a night game. And Lincoln Riley, since he's been at USC, is 1-15 against the spread and straight up when traveling either to the Eastern or Central time zone. So Lincoln Riley, I should say, has struggled in these kind of games. And even though it's number one pass offense versus number two pass defense, the fact that the offense is on the road, defenses tend to play better when they're at home. I think that's advantage Nebraska. I'll go under 276.5. for Jaden Mayava. And then what about Kansas State quarterback Avery Johnson? I like under 37.5 rushing yards for Avery against Texas Tech. Red Raiders got the best defense in the Big 12, no question, one of the best defenses in the country. Their pass rush is terrific. Their front four is excellent. And Kansas State's offense has been playing pretty well here as of late. They put up 40 points the last couple of games. Avery Johnson's played better, but his legs are going to be a big factor in this game, and Texas Tech knows that. They're going to do everything they can to force Avery to beat them through the pocket, and Avery is accustomed to taking some sacks from time to time. So I like the under 37.5 here. I think that's too many yards against this really good Texas Tech front four. So I'll go under rushing yards for Avery Johnson.